Welcome back to the channel, guys. Winter's here and finally, we're still running the waste veggie oil system. It's performing really nice. The coldest I've had it in is -16 Celsius, which is around 3 or 4 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's still working at that temperature. Right now it's, I think, around -4, and that's around 25 or 26 Fahrenheit, something like that. But here's the procedure. I come out in the morning, plug the truck in, and warm it up so the block heater gets plugged in, and then I turn on the Webasto heater. So about an hour before I leave, I plug it in, and then I turn the Webasto on about 30 minutes before I leave, and then that circulates the hot water through the engine, the cab, and into my tank here as well, and heats this insulated tank. And same procedure as summer. Run it until the engine gets up to 150 degrees, and then I switch it over to veg. So I'll bring you along. I'm headed out to the shop to do some work, so I'll bring you along for a quick video. So here's two samples. It's -4 degrees centigrade, around 25, 26 Fahrenheit or so. Here's a sample with 10% regular gasoline mixed in with the veggie oil. And then this is the sample of straight veg oil. See how thick that is? It's already turned waxy, so that won't flow through a filter. But that's what I have in my tank. So that's been sitting out here a week to chill, you know. So that's 10% gas added, and that's no gas. Yeah, so it's -4 centigrade. The Webasto's been running for about 40 minutes or so, and the cab's nice and warm. So we'll fire it up. Those are my two switches. This is the solenoids for the veg oil.
Continuous recording will now start.
So right now it's on diesel, and we'll fire it up. So with the Webasto running and everything, the engine coolant temp is 100 degrees, and the oil pan heater, the oil is 63 degrees. So I'll just let the oil run for a second, shut that Webasto off, and I have made the mistake of leaving this off. I leave this off when I run the Webasto and everything, so the valve's not on. And I started the truck, and it immediately goes to 6 psi of fuel pressure or less. I flicked it back before the engine quit, but it can't pump that thick oil I showed you guys in those jars. So right now the fuel pressure is 28 psi with diesel. The only other issue I've had is just pumping the oil out of my my big tank at my shop. I got a 2-micron filter on that fuel system, and right now my shop, I don't heat it at nighttime, so it goes down to about, when it's cold out, it's been down as low as 3 or 4 degrees centigrade. So just above 32, maybe 35 degrees. And and the filter, it can't pump through that filter. So today I got to fill the truck up. So today I'm going to go to a parts store and pick up a 10 micron filter, and that should solve my problem. So that's the only issue I've had. I've had no issues to speak of. So the system's running really well. For super cold weather, that's to come. I'll do another video on that when it gets down to minus 20 or something. Centigrade, we'll do that. That kind of weather just hasn't come here yet. But this time last year, I started running a single tank system, and weather like this, I think it was like minus 15 or minus 16, I had a 10% mix, and that's when I started running into filter clog and that Ford, the frame mounted Ford filter issues. I would have to leave the truck and let it warm up before I could leave the house, because the filter would just clog up. But those issues are now solved with this 2-tank system, and that's really what I was aiming for. I average about 11 liters a week. That's about 3 gallons US a week of diesel right now. So that's what I'm averaging with trips to the shop, dropping my son off at uni, and my younger son at school and whatnot. And that's about the same. 3 to 4 gallons a week is what I was using for regular gasoline on my 10% mix. So it's very similar. The only difference is diesel's considerably more expensive than the gasoline. So that's the only difference. Filter bowl enough time, and we'll switch it over now. So the fuel pressure was 48 psi, and now it dropped down to 32, and it's back on the climb to, it'll go up to 55 now, 55 psi. And now it's on veg. I can now run it all day on veg like this, as long as I don't shut down. I can shut down for about 30 minutes, and then if it's any longer than that, I've got to switch back to diesel again, because the engine will cool down too quickly. So that's basically the first cold weather video on the veg oil. So far the engine's enjoying it, no issues to speak of. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and thanks for checking in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.